Today is really exciting. I'm gonna be removing the old ceiling, I'm gonna remove the wallpaper, I'm gonna add putty to the walls, and then I'm gonna put up new drywall to the ceiling. I can start removing the planks from the ceiling. It didn't take very long. It got down in big chunks, which were lucky for me. So I just had to clean everything up. Just putting a quick broom to it, even removing all the small pieces, which didn't really matter since I was gonna remove the wallpaper anyway. The problem with a real old house like this is that it usually has like 3 or 4 layers of wallpaper, so it took so long. Everything was glued down so much and it just took so long. Like I spent a whole day doing this. But the main problem were actually that the main blocks they built the house with were not flat. They actually had these like indents all over, which meant that I couldn't really get anything underneath to scrape it off, since it just kept peeling. An important part here is also to wear gloves, because otherwise my hands would have been scratched to pieces. And basically we had to do this in the whole house. But slow and steady, I got pretty much everything off. There was still some of the original wallpaper back. I even tried to sand it in order to get it away, but that did not work at all. And you can see all of the trash that is just left behind. I just moved that into the middle for now because I needed to get going. So in the end, I just scraped everything down in order to get the putty as much of a chance as possible. As you can see in the beginning, I just took it a little slower, but once I was getting into it, I just put it on the wall and then I just went nuts. I'm just gonna let this coat dry and then I'm gonna sand it and add some more. I think I added 3 or 4 coats in total. And now I'm gonna be building the wooden skeleton for the chimney. I'm gonna go back to that once I'm ready. I just had to make sure that the box was square. Now I'm just putting up a few planks in the ceiling for me to have something to screw the drywall into. And now I'm sanding again. Alright, so it's finally ready to get painting in here. So let's just... There you go. Now it's time to get on to the ceilings. Finally, we can put up some drywall. I had my buddy come by and help me with this. We got everything screwed up really fast, so that was nice and easy. Got everything cut out so it fit perfectly. All of this went way smoother since we were 2 people. So sheet by sheet, we got everything up. One guy cutting and holding the sheets while the other one screws it in. Then we went on to the chimney. We got everything screwed down and then we added insulation, which weren't there before, but that's mainly for the heat. But with that covered up, we can finally start with the walk-in closet, and that was just smooth. Once we had our cuts, it took basically no time at all, but if you're interested to see what happens next, subscribe to follow.